The council meeting of October 21st, 2025 will now please come to order at 7:30 PM. The audience is invited to join council in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Broussard? Ms. Gilchrist?
Here.
Ms. Heeman?
Here.
Mr. Lippert?
Present.
Mr. Madden?
Here.
Mr. Mari?
Here.
Mr. Scarl?
Present.
Mr. Shimsky?
Here.
There are no additions or corrections. The council meeting minutes of October 7th, 2025 are approved as written. There are two items being requested for suspension this evening. Resolution 2025-99 on second reading and Resolution 2025-101 on first reading. Mayor Daley Jones, do you have a report this evening?
I do, Mr. President. Thank you. As always, there's continued forward momentum across North Olmsted. The Springvale driveway has been installed, enhancing access and traffic flow. At the ball field, lights are installed and the infield fence is going up, bringing the park project closer to completion. The senior center is temporarily closed while the parking lot is under construction. Meanwhile, to keep everyone engaged and connected, staff have scheduled a variety of off-site events and activities, including tomorrow's Oktoberfest celebration, which also features the senior prom. The crowning at Springvale will be at approximately 6 p.m. if council members would like to stop by for that fun event. There's going to be a Halloween pizza party also at Springvale, group outings to local parks, and a bowling field trip to North Olmsted's own Roll House. These events ensure senior citizen members continue to stay active and involved while improvements are being made to their facility. Meanwhile, we are busy preparing for our annual City Halloween, designed especially for children up to age 5. It's a chance for the littlest residents to enjoy a safe, fun, and festive Halloween experience right at City Hall. And just a reminder for all council members that trick-or-treating in North Olmsted will be, as it always is, on Halloween, October 31st, from 6 until 8 p.m. And please ask your residents to keep their porch light on if they would like to have little ghosts and goblins visit them for a treat. The city was honored by Global Cleveland for supporting Welcome Week and for our ongoing commitment to fostering inclusion across Northeast Ohio. And our service department is preparing for the seasonal shift. The citywide leaf collection program, which we contract with 3Z for, will begin soon. And finally, hazardous waste collection will be offered from October 20th through the 25th, with drop-off on the south side of City Hall. All the relevant information is posted in our residential flyer and posted on the city sign and also on our website. And that, Mr. President, concludes my report.
Thank you, Mayor. Director of Law Garreau, do you have a report this evening?
Thank you, Mr. President. I do not have a report this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Director of Finance Coffer, do you have a report this evening?
Yes, I do, Mr. President. I attended the Community Improvement Corporation meeting last Tuesday, October 14th, 2025. The board approved a neighborhood beautification grant award in the amount of $13,631 for a new development entrance sign and landscaping at Woodmere Drive and Walter Road. Additionally, there will be a picnic table and some large landscaping rocks at the cul-de-sac at the other end of that street. The board also passed a resolution authorizing the Community Improvement Corp to have virtual meetings and in person when the board chooses that it's necessary. The One Big Beautiful Bill, No Tax on Overtime IRS guidance has come out. This will be treated as a deduction on personal tax returns and be reflected on the employee's W-2. It does not impact any state income or municipal income taxes, only federal. The state does, however, have a bill in the House Bill 39, waiting for committee assignment, proposing no tax on overtime. And I will keep watching for the bill's progress to see toward the end of the year if they pass it and do it retroactively like government always does, apparently. The maximum deduction is $12,500 or $25,000 for joint filers, and it phases out with higher incomes. If you're married, you must file jointly to claim the deduction, and this deduction is only available, this deduction is available for non-itemizing taxpayers, which is great for them. One interesting fact is that this deduction is the only part of that is deductible is the 0.5 that's over their regular base rate of pay of the overtime pay. And our software provider for payroll, the package is supposed to come out for at the end of October, where we will start testing and making sure that we can get it properly onto the W-2 by the end of the year. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Moving into council committee reports. Councilman Lippert, Chairman of the Building, Zoning, and Development Committee, do you have a report this evening?
No report this evening, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Heeman, Chairwoman of the Recreation, Public Parks, and Building Committee, do you have a report this evening?
I do not. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. I will provide Finance Committee reports this evening. The Finance Committee met on Tuesday, October 14th, 2025 at 7 p.m. Present were committee members Scarl, Limpert, and Mari. Council members Madden, Gilchrist, Heeman, and Shimsky, the mayor, the directors of law, finance, safety, service, and the chief of staff. First on the agenda was Resolution 2025-96, which requests the county to pay us any taxes due in 2026. The committee voted 3-0 to recommend to all of council. Next item on the agenda was Resolution 2025-97, the contract renewal for Chagrin Valley's engineering services. All in attendance agreed that Chagrin Valley, and specifically our engineer Jeff Filarski, are doing a great job. However, there were some outstanding questions, so by a vote of 3-0, the legislation was held in committee until tonight, when the Economic Development Director could be present. So to that end, the Finance Committee met this evening, October 21st, 2025 at 7:02 p.m. Present were all of council with the exception of Council President Brossard, the mayor and directors of law, finance, HR, economic development, safety, service, and the chief of staff. A discussion was had with regard to several questions posed by the Finance Committee with regard to upcoming engineering projects, as well as some that may be waning in the coming year. The committee voted 3-0 to recommend to council, and the committee concluded at 7:11 p.m. And that concludes the Finance Committee. Councilwoman Gilchrist, Chairwoman of the Streets and Transportation Committee, do you have a report this evening?
I do not, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Madden, Chairman of the Environmental Control Committee, do you have a report this evening?
No report this evening, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Shimsky, Chairman of the Public Safety, Health, and Welfare Committee, do you have a report this evening?
Yes, I do, Mr. President. The Public Safety, Health, and Welfare Committee met in the caucus room on Tuesday, October 14th, 2025 at 7:19 p.m. Those in attendance were committee members Shemsky, Heeman, and Madden. Council members Gilchrist, Limpert, Mari, and Scarl. Also in attendance were Mayor Jones, the Chief of Staff, all the directors with the exception of Human Resources, Economic Development, and Recreation. There was one item on the agenda, Resolution 2025-99, Bay Village Police Dispatch Services. The contract being considered is a 3-year contract at $262,000 per year with a 3% increase each year to be paid in quarterly installments. The contract would begin on January 1st, 2026 and would run till December 31st, 2028 unless a 1-year option is agreed upon for 2029. However, the Bay Village Police would like to be dispatched by November 13th, 2025, and that would be prorated. Because of the shortened timeline, the administration has asked for suspension of the rules requiring 3 readings. After more questions regarding dispatch, a motion was made and seconded to recommend Resolution 2025-99 to the rest of council, and it was recommended by a vote of 3-0, and the Public Safety, Health, and Welfare Committee ended at 7:36 p.m. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Councilman Maury, Chairman of the Intergovernmental Relations Committee, do you have a report this evening?
No report tonight, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any letters or communications that come before council at this time?
Yes, Mr. President. Each council member received a letter this afternoon from John Martindale, who lives at 26031 Butternut Ridge, expressing his, quote, strong opposition, end quote, to the Stearns Row development in North Olmsted's historic district. A copy of the letter will be attached to these minutes.
Thank you. We will now move into audience participation. Thank you for attending tonight's council meeting. Public comment offers the opportunity for members of the public to share information and bring issues and concerns to the attention of city council members. It is not a debate, and public comment speakers should not expect a back and forth exchange. Council members may ask clarifying questions of the speaker, city staff, or fellow council members. Those attending city council meetings should show the same respect to others that they wish to have shown to them. And I'd like to say a few words before we start. For those that of you who are here to speak on the Stearns Row Butternut development, that this project is in the preliminary stages right now. As of today, council as a whole has not heard nor held any hearings or committees on this project. We will not hear the plans for this project until the recommendations come back from the Planning and Design Commission, after which a public hearing will be held. If you wish to receive agendas for upcoming council business, please fill out the sheet in the back of the room, or if it's going around that was on the table, please feel free to do. The rezoning ordinance will be heard at the Planning and Design Commission tomorrow at 7 p.m. here in council chambers. With that being said, if there's anyone in the audience who would like to address council, please come to the podium, state and spell your name and address for the clerk. If you live in a city other than North Olmsted, please state the name of that city and proceed with your comments. You will have up to 5 minutes.
Hello, everyone. My name is Bill Rhodes. I live at 25800 Butternut Ridge Road. I live in the property right next door to this building. And I would like to apologize to everybody here. I don't think we should be here. I think this proposal should have been snuffed out on day one. Does people realize what this will take to develop this subdivision? Semi-tractor trailers pulling up with bulldozers and front loaders, dump trucks. Once they get this cleared out, chainsaws, big chainsaws, multiple chainsaws, cutting and slicing, not weeks, months, maybe even years. This Butternut Ridge Road is asphalt. It is not concrete. It can't handle the weight. Then comes the concrete trucks. I know about concrete. I used to drive a ready mixer. I know the weight of them. They're 7 tons each, multiple concrete trucks coming in and out. It's going to be detrimental to Butternut Ridge Road. And a lot of people don't realize what is going into to create this subdivision. Once this is done, there's no plumbing, there's no electrical. All that has to be done. Trucks in and out, in and out. I truly oppose this. And thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Jeff Sturgeon, 3092 West 231. Question regarding, I know we have this is a pretty going to be expensive meeting. We have about $600,000 worth of stuff we're getting for the city. And hoping that in a few weeks our charter amendment passes, which is going to give us different ways to pursue. We can buy things at a lower rate, possibly. We're going to look at that. Is the city plan on putting anything on the website or sending any flyers out so that put a push on that so our residents know and put a vote for that so we pass that? And if that does pass, would that take into effect immediately, or do we have to wait till the first of the year?
Mr. President, I can answer the second question. It would take effect upon certification of the election results, which is several weeks after the November election. So I think it's like 5 or 6 weeks after all the ballots have been counted, and then they will certify the results. The charter amendment, if it passes, would be effective as of that date.
Okay, so if it does pass, and I'm hoping that it passes, and I'm hoping that the city does try to let the residents know about what's going on, and please vote for it and everything, so we can get that passed. Will there are people that purchased stuff such as like Brian Blum or anybody else will they start shopping at that point right away?
Mr. Chair, they already have been trying. They're very anxious for it, but there still has to be. I mean, we think what we're going to have council approve, like a list of those consortiums or purchasing groups that we're allowed to use, other than the state purchasing. So it will take a little time to get set up. But yes, they already are well aware of it because they've been asking for it too.
Okay. Does the city plan on maybe, or is it too late to try to get something mailed out or put on the website to put a push on that for our voters?
Mr. President, the city is not allowed by law to advocate for a particular item through elections. However, I personally am planning to send something out through my own political capital
Thank
to
you.
the residents.
Well, thank you for doing that.
Mr. Chairman,
Sure.
if I may for
Sure.
a moment, for the folks that are here,
Yeah.
the City Council passed an ordinance after the Charter Review Commission of the City of North Olmsted met, as they do every 5 years, to review the city charter to see if any changes need to be made. Mr. Sturgeon's the chairman of that body. I was legal counsel for that body. And what they're referring to tonight is a recommendation that came from the Charter Review Commission that was presented to City Council, and that City Council unanimously approved to put before the voters of the City of North Olmsted a potential amendment to amend our charter. The City of North Olmsted, at $75,000 up, is required to do a formal bid process, advertising in the paper, things like that, or participate in what's called a state purchase program, which the state of Ohio vets vendors. They solicit prices for goods, and then they can make those prices available to municipalities like North Olmsted. The question that's presented on this charter amendment issue is there are private entities that can also aggregate pricing, cooperative purchasing. Private organizations that have governmental entities that participate can go out and they can establish the price for a certain piece of equipment. They can solicit proposals from everybody and see to it that they have available the lowest and best price for a particular good, okay, widget, call it what you want. And then the member organizations can then purchase that item at that price. So it's just another way to get to the lowest and best price. It would be an option in the City of North Olmsted if this passed. And it would make, in addition to the bidding process, it would allow for us to purchase items if it passed in that process. The council passed it unanimously. A Charter Review Commission recommended it unanimously. A number of cities already are allowed to do this in their charter. We are not. That's what it is. So if you're sitting here hearing a three-way conversation here and no one knows what it is, that's what it is. And that's the question you'll see presented to you for your consideration on November 4th. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you for the explanation, everybody.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Lori Mago. I live at 23138 Stony Brook Drive here in North Olmsted. I am also the Director of Early Intervention and Therapy Services for the Cuyahoga County Board of Developmental Disabilities. Last year, I was here and attended a City Council meeting to reintroduce you to Cuyahoga DD and to give you an overview of the work that we do. This year, I'd like to start by recognizing an important milestone for our organization, the 20th anniversary of our last levy. 2/3 of Cuyahoga DD's $150 million budget comes from a 3.9 mil continuous levy that was last passed by Cuyahoga County voters in 2005. From birth through adulthood, we support people with developmental disabilities to live their best lives. Our mission is to support and empower people with developmental disabilities to live, learn, work, and play in the community. Last year, we served approximately 336 people with developmental disabilities living right here in North Olmsted. And we serve approximately 15,000 people across the county each year. This is a 20% increase in people served compared to our numbers in 2005. Over the last 20 years, this levy, approved by Cuyahoga County voters, has supported people with developmental disabilities through things like early intervention services, therapies like occupational, physical, and speech-language pathology, consultative services to support students in schools, transition services for young adults, housing and employment supports, and assistive technology services. Levy funding also allows Cuyahoga DD to make strategic investments in the community. Since 2021, we have granted nearly $1 million to support over 50 community libraries, arts and culture, and recreation and leisure organizations in making their programs and physical spaces more accessible to people of all abilities. We awarded $180,000 in community grants this year. Last year, North Olmsted received $10,000 in a community grant for a universal adult changing table, which I believe is in the rec center. In addition to our work in supporting people with developmental disabilities in Cuyahoga County, we strive to be a resource for communities, and we would welcome the opportunity to talk more about how we can best support the residents of North Olmsted. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Tony Sapienza. I live at 25760 Butternut Ridge Road, North Olmsted. 3 houses.
Excuse me, sir,
to
could
the
you spell your
east.
last name, please, for the clerk? Spell your last name.
Sapienza. And I live 3 houses to the east on the same side of the Bidoff house. And I oppose this project strongly. We have, I can't even believe we're even considering the destruction of our historical district. One development at a time, one street light at a time. It's a cancer in our historical district. We all live there in single family homes, and all of a sudden we want to build 45 homes in a 5-acre lot. By the time you take away the retention ponds, the streets, the pocket parks, we're talking about 45 homes in about a 3-acre piece of property. Is what worries me even more than that is once this project, if this project is allowed to go through, there's another piece of property just to the east of that on the south side of the road, and that's 9 acres. That will be up for development because you can't stop development. If you let one person develop one side, you have to let somebody develop the other side. It's the complete destruction of our historical district. Later on down the road, what do we widen the roads, put in street lights, a McDonald's? I don't know. It's just a horrible thing. We have about approximately 103 houses on Butternut Ridge Road now. 45 houses. We're talking about almost a 50% increase in housing with one fine swoop. And then the other side of the street is at 100%. If you lived on Butternut or drive down Butternut Road, it is a traffic nightmare trying to get out of your house. You cannot back out. There's no way you're going to back out on Butternut Ridge. If you don't have a turnaround, you are in an accident. Those are the most important things. It's just the only historic street we have in this city to be considered to demise it, to kill it, to turn it into new developing for what? A buck? You know, keep our historic district historic. That's all I want to say. It's a cancer. If we start building there, street lights, building, more traffic. They told us that there'd be only 30 cars peak traffic coming in and out of there. That's not true. You have landscapers, you got remodelers, you got all sorts of people going in and out of there. And then you have the neighbors that live directly across the street to houses. They say, well, we'll put up landscaping so you don't see the traffic coming in and out all the time. That's not going to stop. What are they going to wait 5 years until the landscaping grows in before they don't have lights shining through their windows all day and night? I'm not against developing. I think we need development, but where we develop is the important part. You don't develop on your historical district. You just don't do that. I can't believe we even considered that. It's a cancer. Once it starts in one place, it spreads. You can't stop it. It'll eat up our historic district. We do not need this there. There's plenty of other places to build. I have no problem where to build where the building calls for it, but not in the historical district. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Robert Sharp, SHRP 25407 Butternut Ridge for 47 years. I have a question. Is it appropriate for me to provide a handout? I've reduced some of our information to writing. Is it appropriate for me to hand it out?
Sir, you can give that to the clerk and she'll disperse it to the council members.
Okay. Because I only have 5 minutes, I figured I'd write some down. There should be enough there for everybody. I'll come back to this. This is our analysis of the comprehensive 2025 master plan. In the one meeting here, it was suggested that the 2025 master plan, that this proposed development was consistent with this master plan. And I've read this master plan forward and backward, and I think it's just the opposite. I really do. And I've put my points in this report here. There is way more in this report to support not building this than there is to build it. In response, and I've been here a long time, 47 years, and I've seen things happen on this street to end to diminish this street for 47 years. For 50 years, we've had a homeowner association. It was there before I came here because of a problem on Butternut. This homeowner association involves Butternut Ridge, Canterbury, parts of Columbia, Allendale, Harry Lane, and some adjoining houses on these streets. We've activated this, and I've been involved in it since I was in my 20s. We've activated this during stressful times when the city or a developer wanted to come into Butternut Ridge. And as we all know, there was going to be a Super Kmart on our corner there, and that was a 10-year battle to try and stop that. We had lukewarm assistance on that, but we ended up with the apartments, which are fine. As part of this homeowner association, we have reactivated this. We have dozens of people already signed up on these streets. It's overwhelming how many people are approaching us. We also have dozens of petition signatures. And I can't believe the overwhelming response we're getting. We have dozens of petition signatures for people that don't want this. In fact, from what I've experienced, not one person has turned this down or turned down signing this. Every single person has been eager to sign this. What I've come across from the residents, and again, a little bit to my surprise, is anger. Lots of anger. And I think other members here will back me up on that when they've talked to people. Anger that they did not know about this, and anger that a development is proposed in the middle of the historic district, including within the first 300 feet of the proper boundary. It just is maddening. So what we've done in response to this, one of the things we've done, besides activating the homeowner association, is we've got our communications together, and we are going to keep everybody informed through our own communication method to keep everybody informed on what's going on. Because I'm getting inquiries from McKinsey Road on people that do not want this. Not one person has come forward and said they want this. If you look at all the Facebook comments, the only people that are questionable are the anonymous ones, which you get on Facebook. You know, if you ask what business is going in the store on Facebook, you're going to get 15 responses. 12 of them are going to be anonymous people that tell you, you know, something insane. And then, but you'll get a lot of interesting comments there on Facebook. We don't want to be in an adversarial position with the city. Again, we're all kind of shocked we're here. We want to be on the same side. I would have expected 100% support from the city to not let this happen. Once the cat's out of the bag, Butternut's in trouble. There's no question about it. Either we're going to have a historic district or we're not. Things have happened on the street in the last couple of years also that I did not know about. Other people have been approached to sell their houses. And I just found this out yesterday, talking to people on the street. It's like it never ends. People trying to develop this street. There's homes, I'm sure there's more homes that can get plaqued on Butternut because the last attempt or the last placking was probably 20 years ago.
Mr. Sharp, your 5 minutes is up, sir.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to extend Mr. Sharp's time by 2 minutes.
Can somebody give me their 5 minutes? Is that allowed?
I think it's a roll call vote.
There's a motion and duly seconded. We'll give you 2 more minutes.
I'll talk fast. Where the heck was I? There's other homes on Butternut that
I'm sorry, we're gonna have to have a vote on that.
Okay.
We need a roll call vote.
Ms. Gilchrist.
Yes.
Ms. Heeman.
Yes.
Mr. Lippert.
Yes.
Mr. Madden.
Yes.
Mr. Mari.
Yes.
Mr. Scarl.
Yes.
Mr. Shimsky.
Yes.
Thank you very much. There's other homes on Butternut that can probably be plaqued now that haven't been addressed in the last 20, 25 years. And there's a couple other century homes that are in need of repair. And per the information in the comprehensive master plan, that should also be a focus in preserving this district. It's in the master plan. We should be helping those people preserve these homes, not building new homes within the district. And these specific things are addressed in that master plan. And I've included it in my report. You know, one person has been killed crossing Butternut, and 2 of us residents have been involved in accidents trying to get out of our driveway. That should mean a little something also. In the master plan, it talks about development, but it all talks about development out at the western edge of the city, in the industrial area. I see nothing in there, including the future land use map shows nothing on Butternut Ridge as far as development. It's just still residential. So where is this development coming from? Where does it fit? It doesn't. Plain and simple. The bottom line is we want the residents, we're still gaining membership, we're still gaining signatures. We want it protected. Butternut Ridge is a large part of this book right here. And if you go through this book, you can see how much we've lost. We need to stop this and save what we have. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is
Hannah Matthews. I live at 26610 Butternut Ridge Road, and I've been a resident for 12 years. I will also be speaking about the Stearns Row project. I question why Butternut Ridge, as we all are questioning, in a place that we are to preserve history, and there are plenty of other places where we can put in a small development. A small development in our area on our street, and I'm not saying just the residents of Butternut Ridge, but all of us who live in North Olmsted, it is our space, makes a very large impact on a place that should be kind of sacred, really. I feel like as time goes on, we lose more and more history. Mr. Sharp mentioned the Pocket Park. I think that was you, Mr. Sharp, which is metal and neon lights and not very historic, kind of a precursor to fading away from our history. I understand that the city needs revenue, and I understand that this is a nice chunk for the city. There are also plenty of potential opportunities for revenue, such as focusing on vacant storefronts, focusing on vacancy in the mall, perhaps trying to bring more people to more public space. I also participated in some of the canvassing of our street, and it was really beautiful. I'm close with quite a few of my neighbors, and so it was nice to get back in touch with them. I met some new people, and as Mr. Sharp said, people are very surprised at not knowing what's happening here, the potential of what's happening. I think that, me included, it's a little disturbing that there's not more of an effort to keep residents informed, especially people that are so closely located or related to a potential project that will be directly affected. I found it interesting that people were also, it was unclear as to how many homes were going to be built here. One of my neighbors mentioned that he read an article in the newspaper and he thought that there would be 5 homes built on 5 acres. Every person that I talked to about the quantity of homes was floored, and quite upset about it. Anyone who I asked to sign the petition also said absolutely nobody thought it was a good idea to put in this development. And I also just kind of wanted to put it all together of like, we're in this time politically of such division, and no matter the resident's age or race or religion or political affiliation, this was something that everybody was agreeing on. Every single person I spoke to agreed that this is a bad idea, that there are other places to put in new developments. And I think that that's kind of poignant. I think it's really important if people of all walks of life can come together and agree on something, it kind of says something right now. How can we listen better? My last point I'd like to bring up is that a couple of my very close neighbors in the past have also been denied when they have asked for things that want to happen for this development. I have a neighbor who has 2 homes on a single parcel. They wanted to split their property so that they could sell the back home, and they were denied. I have another neighbor who wanted to build a mother-in-law suite for his mother to take care of his family and have his family close, and he was denied. And those are things that are very quickly saying yes to for this development.
Ms.
I'm
Matthews,
guessing
your
5
time
minutes.
is up.
So thank you. I would just ask for you to please think very long and hard and clear.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ed Wiles. I'm at 25746 Butternut Ridge Road. Just want to thank everybody for the opportunity to speak out. I was reminded, when we did a little canvassing too this week, we've been in that neighborhood a long time, and when we moved in, we bought the old Lizzie house next to the cemetery. They welcomed us. Mr. and Mrs. Lizzie still lived there. They had a little block party for us, just welcoming us into the neighborhood. And I think that's one of the things that really appealed to me about the area, not only the historic nature, we're both antique buffs and everything else, but the idea that people take a lot of pride in their homes and so forth. And when we were canvassing, like Hannah mentioned, I got a chance to reconnect with a lot of people, which I really enjoyed. And I appreciate the process of hashing this thing out and hearing everybody's view. I understand, economics and pretty well. I feel like I have an appreciation for that. I also feel like there's an appreciation and a respect for the whole neighborhood concept and preserving that. Many people come to North Homestead via Butternut Ridge. I mean, it's what they see. And for the most part, they see nice homes that are well cared for. And thanks to the Landmarks Commission, too. They make it challenging for many of us to do some restoration work, but it's all in a good way to keep the standards high. That's one of the points. I think the reason my angst was built up is I heard about this kind of in an offhanded way. And we were invited to a meeting by the developer, and it's like all the plans are drawn up. It's like, well, wow, it's news to me. I hadn't heard anything. The only thing I knew about city development that I'd heard about was the 2025 plan. And I attended those meetings. My wife and I went, and I put the dots on the little board and, and I actually took pictures. I hadn't had a chance to go back and look at them, but the consensus that I saw was, more green space, more single-family housing dwelling, more access to parks. I'm like, where did this come from? We do acknowledge living on Butternut Ridge Road that there are problems. There are problems with the condition of the road. There's problems with traffic. There's problems with water. Many of our neighbors, one of the gals spoke at the meetings, her basement flooded frequently. And it's like the whole prospect of considering this, putting 45 homes on 5 acres in asphalt, either with drive or with shingles, it just adds to all the problems we already have. And I'm thinking, why? I think that's why people are a little upset, not a little, but maybe more than a little. It's why would we add to those problems of traffic, what to do with the water, a reduction in green space? They're all things that we're not trying to do with our 2025 plan. So appreciate you hearing me out.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Barbara Rivera, Rivera, address 25897 Butternut Ridge Road. And I'm totally opposed against that too, the development. The only reason why I only moved here from 2013. I really don't have any ties. I was from Cleveland, but moved from Ashland. And I moved there, I was looking for a historical district. I was Wellington or here. And I end up picking here because I am a primitive person. I leave my house, and my house inside is all the same. And when I heard that there was going to be a development over there with 45 houses, and I don't believe, it was said at one of the committee meetings that there shouldn't be any kind of traffic study done, that 45 units is not going to make a difference when you have, at the most 120. You have the police station, the high school, the junior high, the golf course, they turned golf course. I'm right across the street from the founder's home. And when I was the one that, the water main broke. I actually made the police blotter. 25897, don't go there, the water main broke. Well, you'll be very shocked to see, it's one thing saying it was a river going in my yard. That water in my backyard was this high. I get water usually from a high rain, I get water maybe 3 inches, and it will run off the road. We don't have, you'll see there's no storm drains, there's no ditches, there's no nothing, and I can't even see where all that water is going to go once you put cement probably, or blacktop, on the founder's home, on the drive going down. And if I could give you this I'd appreciate, because believe me, when you see this, people don't believe it. And that happened more than once. It happened about 5 times, but it wasn't up to there. It was maybe only past my ankle. And when I asked, well, what could people do to, could you put a storm drain in? The only thing I could think them doing is making a moat all around their front and leading to the back to that drain back there. I can't see. It all goes downhill. I went when that guy was there and was surveying it. I went across the street and I said, you're surveying the elevation? Make sure you get that right, because that water goes directly to my house. And so I was not happy. They don't shut the water off either. I called. I said, can you shut the water off? It's not going in the road. It's going in my yard. Nobody shut it off for 8 hours. And they told me, we can't shut it off. We can't put anybody in any kind of no water just for one person. You have to wait till, it's not going in the road. It's going in my yard. And it could get me so furious. I believe if you're going to put that in, take off the historical district. Let the people put their mother in there. Let them have a in-law suite. How could you deny that? That wouldn't be even ethically right. To put 45 in and deny people there? I'm sorry. People should be treating people the way they want to be treated. And would you like me to bring in a tanker truck with a lot of water flooding down your place? I doubt it. That's about all I got to say.
Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Priscilla Wiles, 25746 Butternut Ridge. I just want to say at the onset, I want to thank Mr. Upton for returning my numerous phone calls and spending a great deal of time explaining this particular project that is in front of the city right now. Although we do not see eye to eye, I do appreciate the time that he spent to explain this to me. In 2012, the Landmarks Commission had a historic district survey report done. It was prepared by Chambers, Murphy, and Burge Restoration Architects out of Akron. And they went through each home that was plaqued and referenced the different styles that are on Butternut Ridge, because obviously we have many eras and many styles. I mean, we can't all live in Mr. Neville's 1820 house, unfortunately, because that's where he lives. But so we have, many styles of home. I think probably the last home was the late 1960s or early 1970s split levels. But the report that this particular restoration architect company gave at the very end, they talked about, today Butternut Ridge Road retains its residential character. The variety of housing styles found on Butternut Ridge Road is a cross-section of styles ranging from early 19th century Greek Revival to mid 20th century Tudor revival. This variety is evidence of the development by single homeowners building one house at a time. And I would just put it before council to just consider that as we think about the uniqueness and the historic integrity of our historic district. I mean, clearly you can see how passionate we all are about our beautiful neighborhood. And shortly before we left this evening, I received a call from across the pond from the Emerald Isle. And I thought, who is calling me from Ireland? The only Irish citizen I know is my mother. And the last I spoke with her, she was in her home in Middlebury, Connecticut, which was an hour prior. But who is calling were Steve and Linda Clark, who live at 25795 Butternut, feeling so remiss because they couldn't be here this evening to express their desire to support all of us in opposing this particular development. So I just say all this and bring it before you that we do love our homes, as I'm sure all of us do who live in our beautiful city. And we are looking for preservation for our historic district because a little bit at a time over the years, bit by bit, piece by piece, it has been deconstructed. And we're looking to maintain the small remnant that we have now. Thank you.
Thank you. Seeing no other comments from the audience. we will
Mr.
now-
Chairman,
Sorry.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
may I have the floor for a moment?
Mr. Chair, I'm sorry, but there's also one other individual who
Oh,
wished to be
I'm
heard.
sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see him come up. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Didn't think anybody saw him.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Donald Primish, Primosch. I live at 6064 Stafford Drive, North Olmsted, Ohio, 44070. This is all about the house to the south of me, 6078 Stafford. I made a little statement here. I was at the meeting October 7th and thought I had a chance to stop all the balls from being thrown and kicked over my property. Wrong again. Friday, 10:10, 4 p.m. Nobody's home at this house. The mother of the woman in the house, dropped off 2 kids, a boy and a girl, teenagers. She gave them the orders for today, and then she booked. In the house, you have the girl with the long hair and the boy. Now there's 4 kids in the house. The boy in the house went down the street and brought back 3 to 4 of his friends, his teenagers. Now you have 7 or 8 kids in that front yard, and no one's home at 6078 Stafford. Retaliation by her mother. The girl with the long hair and her cousin are in front of the house kicking, punching the volleyball into the siding. 3 times I saw. I was in front of my garage. See, they jam my cameras, so you have to play policeman. The girls sat down, and now it's the boys' turn. For 1 hour, the boys in front of the yard kicked, threw, tackled the ball 3 times. The football came over my property. I came out with a leaf blower. That's how I got to fight them, with a leaf blower now, because they won't stay on their own property. I came out with the leaf blower to get the leaves and to slow down the running with the football by the property line. After an hour and a half, they dropped the football, started playing basketball on the driveway. I saw one of the boys from down the street go to the south side of this house, 6078, and piss on the siding. Now, that's not new. That's like the sixth time. I've seen him at 1:30 in the morning with 5 kids running around that house, pissing on the
Excuse
siding.
me, sir. The language, please.
Okay. I don't know what to use then. From 4:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m., they played in the front of this house. The woman's mother came over in the truck and picked up half the kids. That's picked up 4 kids. Another woman came in a black Honda SUV, picked up the rest of the kids, and they all left. The front yard was a pig pen. Water bottles, trash, pop, plastic cups were all over the front yard. You've turned North Olmsted into Cleveland. This is retaliation by the mother. There's going to be no more balls on that front yard till the gas line is moved and I get my fence. I'm going to keep coming down here. Last week, the girl with the long hair slammed the balls into the siding in front of the house Wednesday, 10:15, Thursday, 10:16, and Saturday, 10:18 from 5:30 to 9:30 at night. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Heeman?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I, as the Ward 4 councilman representing the historic district for 12 years, I do want to thank my residents for their comments and for their patience and kindness, really. I think that they have displayed to council in expressing their views. Our clerk of council did prepare a timeline of the process that has not really been cleared by the legal department. To make it clear, it was created by our clerk with, my oversight and approval. It's back on the table there if you'd like to pick one up on the way out. It will help you understand the timeline going forward of the process. And there also was a sign-up sheet that she'll collect at the end of the meeting. And then if you'd like to make sure that all of your email addresses are collected in one place, they can be then disseminated to the different boards and commissions so that you all receive notice of those meetings. And I again would like to thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, seeing no other comments from the audience, we will now move into legislation.
Legislation on third reading, Resolution 2025-90, introduced by Mayor Jones, a resolution authorizing the mayor to purchase 2 new Ford Police Interceptor vehicles through the state purchase program from Montrose Ford at a total cost of $91,260, and further authorizing the mayor to execute all purchase agreements and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President,
Councilman.
at this time I move to adopt Resolution 2025-90 and ask for a second.
Second.
Motion to adopt Resolution 2025-90 made by Councilman Shimsky, seconded by Councilwoman Heeman. Roll call, please.
Mr. Shimsky?
Yes.
Ms. Heeman?
Yes.
Ms. Gilchrist?
Yes.
Mr. Murray?
Yes.
Mr. Madden?
Yes.
Mr. Scarl?
Yes.
Mr. Limpert?
Yes.
Resolution 2025-90 is adopted by a vote of 7-0.
Ordinance 2025-91, introduced by Mayor Jones, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to purchase 2026 Freightliner M2-106 plus F550 623 W.T. Horton ambulance for the North Olmsted Fire Department through the state purchase program from Horton Emergency Vehicles for a price of $495,000, and further authorizing the mayor to execute all contract documents and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President,
Councilman.
at this time I move to adopt Ordinance 2025-91 and ask for a second.
Second.
Motion to adopt Ordinance 2025-91 made by Councilman Shimsky, seconded by Councilwoman Heeman. Roll call, please.
Mr. Shimsky?
Yes.
Ms. Heeman?
Yes.
Mr. Madden?
Yes.
Mr. Murray?
Yes.
Mr. Limpert?
Yes.
Ms. Gilchrist?
Yes.
Mr. Scarl?
Yes. Ordinance 2025-91 is adopted by a vote of 7-0.
Resolution 2025-94, introduced by Mayor Jones, a resolution authorizing the mayor to lease and finance through the Hotel Motel Fund 13 flock Condor cameras, and further authorizing the mayor to execute all documents necessary to effectuate such transaction and declaring an emergency as amended.
Mr. President,
Councilman,
at this time I move to adopt Resolution 2025-94 and ask for a second.
Second.
motion to adopt Resolution 2025-94 made by Councilman Shimsky, seconded by Councilwoman Heeman. Roll call, please.
Mr. Shimsky?
Yes.
Ms. Heeman?
Yes.
Mr. Mari?
Yes.
Mr. Scarl?
Yes.
Mr. Limpert?
Yes.
Ms. Gilchrist?
Yes.
Mr. Madden?
Yes.
Resolution 2025-94 is adopted by a vote of 7-0.
Ordinance 2025-95, introduced by all of council, an ordinance to revise the codified ordinances by adopting current replacement pages and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President,
Councilman,
I'd like to make a motion to suspend the rule requiring I'd like to make a motion to adopt ordinance 2025-95 and ask for a second.
Second.
motion to adopt ordinance 2025-95 made by Councilman Limpert, seconded by Councilman Mari. Roll call, please.
Mr. Limpert?
Yes.
Mr. Mari?
Yes.
Mr. Scarl?
Yes.
Mr. Shimsky?
Yes.
Mr. Madden?
Yes.
Ms. Heeman?
Yes.
Ms. Gilchrist?
Yes.
Ordinance 2025-95 is adopted by a vote of 7-0.
Legislation on second reading, Resolution 2025-96, introduced by Mayor Jones, a resolution directing the fiscal officer of Cuyahoga County to pay to the city of North Olmsted, Ohio, during the year 2026, all money due and owing said city from any collection source and declaring an emergency. Resolution 2025-97, introduced by Mayor Jones, a resolution dispensing with the RFP process and authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement for professional engineering services with Chagrin Valley Engineering, renewing the terms and conditions of its current agreement with the city through 2028 and declaring an emergency. Resolution 2025-99, introduced by Mayor Jones, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a 3-year agreement with the city of Bay Village, Ohio, to provide police emergency dispatch services and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President,
Councilman,
at this time I move to suspend the rules requiring 3 readings, as this has already been heard in committee, and allow Bay Village Dispatch for Police to join the North Olmsted Dispatch by November 13th and ask for a second.
Second.
motion to suspend the rule requiring 3 readings for Resolution 2025-99 made by Councilman Shimsky, seconded by Councilwoman Heeman. Roll call, please.
Mr. Shimsky?
Yes.
Ms. Heeman?
Yes.
Mr. Mari?
Yes.
Ms. Gilchrist?
Yes.
Mr. Limpert?
Yes.
Mr. Madden?
Yes.
Mr. Scarl?
Yes.
Mr. President,
Excuse me. Motion passes by a vote of 7-0. If there's anyone in the audience who wishes to address council regarding Resolution 2025-99, please approach the podium now.
Mr. President,
Councilman,
at this time I move to adopt Resolution 2025-99 and ask for a second.
Second.
motion to adopt Resolution 2025-99 made by Councilman Shimsky, seconded by Councilwoman Heeman. Roll call, please.
Mr. Shimsky?
Yes.
Ms. Heeman?
Yes.
Ms. Gilchrist?
Yes.
Mr. Mari?
Yes.
Mr. Limpert?
Yes.
Mr. Scarl?
Yes.
Mr. Madden?
Yes.
Resolution 2025-99 is adopted by a vote of 7-0.
Legislation on first reading, Resolution 2025-101, a resolution authorizing the Director of Economic and Community Development to apply to the Northeast Ohio Area-Wide Coordinating Agency, NOACA, for Transportation for Livable Communities Initiative, TLCI, implementation grant funds. Further authorizing the mayor to accept the grant if awarded and to execute a contract if required. Finally, authorizing the Director of Economic and Community Development to execute all other non-contract documents necessary to effectuate receipt of the grant and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President, I introduce and place on first reading and request suspension of the rule requiring 3 readings and formal committee review.
Mr. President,
Councilman,
I'd I'd like to make a motion to suspend the rule requiring 3 readings and formal committee review, as this is part of several discussions we've had on the master plan around the Lorraine Corridor project, so alignment with both of those. And this grant request is deadline is we basically are past the immediate requirement, but we have by suspending this, we'll be able to still apply. Ask for a second.
Second.
Motion to suspend the rules requiring 3 readings and formal committee review for Resolution 2025-101, made by Councilman Limpert, seconded by Councilman Mari. Roll call, please.
Mr. Lippert,
Yes.
Mr. Mari,
Yes.
Ms. Gilchrist,
Yes.
Mr. Madden,
Yes.
Mr. Scarl,
Yes.
Mr. Shimsky,
Yes.
Ms. Heeman.
Yes.
That motion passes by a vote of 7-0. If there's anyone in the audience who wishes to address council regarding Resolution 2025-101, please approach the podium now.
Mr. President,
Councilman.
seeing no one approaching the podium, I'd like to make a motion to adopt Resolution 2025 -101 and ask for a second.
Second.
Motion to adopt Resolution 2025-101 made by Councilman Lippert, seconded by Councilman Mari. Roll call, please.
Mr. Lippert,
Yes.
Mr. Mari,
Yes.
Mr. Scarl,
Yes.
Ms. Gilchrist,
Yes.
Ms. Heeman,
Yes.
Mr. Shimsky,
Yes.
Mr. Madden.
Yes.
Resolution 2025-101 is adopted by a vote of 7-0.
Resolution 2025-102, a resolution authorizing the mayor to purchase and finance through the Hotel Motel Fund 1 2025 Polaris Ranger XP 1000 utility vehicle, and further authorizing the mayor to execute all documents necessary to effectuate such purchase and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President, I introduce and place on first reading.
Before we move into scheduling committee meetings, I want to remind those in attendance and anyone who may be watching that our next scheduled council meeting will be held on Wednesday, November 5th, due to the general election on November 4th. So moving into scheduling committee meetings for Tuesday, October 28th, 2025. Councilman Shimsky, would you like to schedule a Public Safety, Health, and Welfare Committee meeting?
Yes, I would, Mr. President. It's starting at 7 o'clock, October 28th, in the caucus room to hear 2025-102 and ask the mayor and any designee she sees fit to attend. And it should take about 5 minutes.
From 7 o'clock till we're done, correct?
Yeah.
Thank you. Is there a motion on the floor to excuse the absence of Council President Broussard?
Mr. President, I would like to make that motion.
Second.
Motion to excuse Council President Broussard made by Councilman Limpert, seconded by Councilwoman Heeman. Roll call, please.
Mr. Limpert,
Yes.
Ms. Heeman,
Yes.
Mr. Shimsky,
Yes.
Mr. Scarl,
Yes.
Mr. Mari,
Yes.
Mr. Madden,
Yes.
Ms. Gilchrist.
Yes.
Council President Broussard is excused by a vote of 7-0. With the agenda being completed and no further business to come before council, this meeting of October 21st, 2025 is adjourned at 8:38.